Alexandra Dom, the Deputy Commissioner at the Department of Economic and Community Development, and we are here today to talk about the Connecticut Communities Challenge grant program. Last week, the governor announced that DECD is giving out $45 million of awards to 12 different communities across the state. And we are standing today, thrilled to announce we are standing today on the site of one of those awarded projects. The Goodwin East Hartford, I don't know which name I should put first, East Hartford Goodwin Marina project here is going to create 30 plus boat slips, a lot of public access to the water, educational opportunities for both the Goodwin students and also students throughout the region, because there's going to be aquatic research vessel, if I've got that right. So we're giving $2 million to this project. It's about a $4.5 million project overall, and that's just phase one. Phase two is going to involve, as there's some lovely renderings around here, is going to involve a hotel, possible mixed use, additional vertical construction on over my left shoulder here. So it's really going to revitalize this area. We are giving out 12 awards, but we actually have 52 applications. So I want to comment on how this application rose to the top of the pile, since it was really competitive and there were a lot of good projects that applied. The Communities Challenge program is focused on livability of our communities. It's a huge goal for DECD, huge goal for the administration, that we want people to want to live in Connecticut. Livability can mean a lot of different things, and not every one of our awarded projects is a marina. They don't all look the same. They all came in sort of different flavors. This one achieves a lot of different livability goals. The first one is we really want to see feet on the street in our communities. We don't want people to live in a world where they're driving past empty parking lots and empty waterfronts to their house and then driving to the supermarket and back without that ability to interact with one another, to buy from local restaurants and local stores. So this project is going to put feet on the street. We're going to see lots of people engaging with this water, with the marina, and with each other. We also really want to encourage projects that allow people to live, work, and play in their community. So we all know you can already work in East Hartford, a lot of great employers here. You can live in East Hartford, and the mayor is working on adding even more quality units to East Hartford. But we want to also make sure you can play here. We want you to stay here and be able to do all three of those important things, the trifecta in the community in which you live. And this project is really going to help contribute to that. Lastly, one of the great things about this application was that it involved a private partner. We love to see public-private partnerships. The more people that are at the table, the more likely a project is to get done. And so Goodwin University partnering here was a big factor. They're contributing $1.6 million to the budget, and they actually also obviously had the vision for the master plan. So they're instrumental here, and we're thrilled to have them part of this public-private partnership. I want to say a couple thank yous. Thank you to the DECD staff that reviewed these 52 applications in an extremely rigorous scoring process. Thank you to the city for a great application, and to the mayor for his leadership with envisioning this application. And then lastly, thank you to the governor and to the legislature for funding the Communities Challenge program. It is going to make a huge difference to the 12 communities we've already awarded funds to, and we're going to have a second round of $50 million in the fall, and we're going to just double or maybe triple our impact with those great projects also. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to the mayor and just say a huge congratulations for this award, and we really look forward to working with you on the grant.
Thank you, and good morning, everybody. First, a couple of recognitions. Over my left shoulder, State Representative Jeffrey Curry, and over my right shoulder, State Representative Jason Rojas. In the crowd, we have our Development Director, Eileen Buckheit, and Connor Martin, who are also instrumental in putting this particular grant request together. And from our Town Council, we have our Majority Leader, Vice Chairman, Don Bell, and we have our Minority Leader, John Morrison, as well as Awet Sagai. So, for me, this is a great day in East Hartford. My comments will be brief because I've not applied sunscreen and it's hot out here. That being said, we first want to recognize the governor, not for his work on this, which we'll turn in a minute, but his work on COVID-19. I happen to be at the state legislature or in the Office of Policy and Management for the last 2 years, appreciated the safety that the state of Connecticut took. So thank you to the governor for that. I'm Mayor Mike, and as I said, it's a great day here in East Hartford. as we look over my left shoulder and see where the future marina for Goodwin University will be. It's a $2 million grant by the DECD and the state. Total costs are estimated around $5 million, and the town's contribution is $250,000. It's the first step in a much larger plan to make the river accessible, to make East Hartford more of a destination. It's further evidence of a strong partnership between the town of East Hartford, the state of Connecticut, and Goodwin University. You just have to look down the street and you'll see Rebel Dog and the American Eagle Credit Union as examples of this success. This will provide the new access point to the Connecticut River. Public access will be a priority. We will build upon existing trails, the East Coast Greenway, and Great River Park. Exciting possibilities of a water taxi or a ferry to the convention center and a stronger connection to Hartford are before us. We also have other projects on the verge of groundbreaking, up to 420 apartments at Showcase Cinemas and a new logistics center at Rentschler Field, bringing 2,000 jobs, 400 construction jobs, in new tax revenue to the town of East Hartford. 2022 has been good to East Hartford so far, and I have no reason to believe it won't continue. We have stayed the course and worked on these priorities with the help of the governor since the adoption of our plan of conservation and development in 2014. It's been a long road, but we find ourselves on the cusp of great things. Just launching our small business assistance program as well for business expansion, facade renovations, and new employee partners. We've done that with the Connecticut River Valley Chamber of Commerce. So I want to let everybody know once again, East Hartford is open for business. We thank the governor, the state legislature, DECD, our federal and local partners. There's a lot of great things to come. Now I'll get out of the way and we'll let the governor take over. Governor, thank you for coming to East Hartford.
I think a quick rearrangement. We will have President Steinberg come up. We appreciate your partnership here, as I mentioned earlier. Thank you, President Steinberg.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Thank you all for being here. This is one of those milestones that is so exciting for us to share with you. Everything you see before you at Goodwin University and this campus has all occurred in the last 12 years. And it all began with a partnership with Connecticut's DECD. The place where everybody is standing right now is actually the inside of a 1-million-gallon rusted-out tank that sat exactly on the ground that we're standing on. One of about 60 of them that was up and down the river at this place, in this area. It was told to us that it was so polluted at one time that when it rained, people could imagine that there would be a sheen on the river just because of the amount of industrial action that was taken here. So this place had to be cleaned up in order to even begin the process of creating a campus. And that happened with the assistance of a $3 million brownfields loan that was given to us way back in the day in 2006, where we were able to get the original work done, and from that we're able to start building. That money was paid back over time, but without that initial nudge that happens from the state in a public and private partnership, none of this would have occurred. There are hundreds of millions of dollars of work that has been done on this campus in the last 12 years, all because of initial faith put into this institution by the state of Connecticut and the Department of Economic and Community Development. And that has continued over and over again, where we as the university try to serve as best we can our state and our community, and at the same time we are getting incredible support and have always gotten incredible support, especially by this governor and administration and legislature. So we are blessed to be able to do right by the help that we've gotten, but we're also very much realize that all these good things happen because we're all working together here in the town of East Hartford for the state of Connecticut. So we are so appreciative that you are here. I don't know if our delegation would like to say anything, Jason, or...
We were trying to avoid doing so.
Yeah, well, Jason Rojas.
We were trying to avoid talking, but since you put us on the spot, no. We're still in morning, right? Good morning, everybody. State Representative Jason Rojas. And I think I want to frame my comments around the past, the present, and the future. And I talk about the past because I grew up just down the street across from Coca-Cola, spent a good deal of my childhood in King Court. Actually remember the oil tanks here because we were probably playing here when we shouldn't have been, but I do remember them, and it's amazing to see what it's become. So we talk about the present, and you look at all of the development that is taking place here that has been led by President Sheinberg with the support of Governor Lamont, previous Governor Malloy, and obviously the legislature over the years. And it really is quite amazing because this is a neighborhood that I think often was forgotten about for a very long time until Goodwin University stepped in and completely revitalized it, bringing stability to home ownership in the neighborhood, revitalizing King Court after long being neglected, and obviously investing in environmental cleanup of this entire area and really making it a regional amenity for people from all over the region to come and enjoy. I'm thankful that planners back in the 1950s chose to give us a little bit more space between the highway and the riverfront, unlike what we see in Hartford, which has really allowed us to benefit from having this space that really is just a natural escape for everyone when you're able to come down here. And I come down here with my children all the time. And then when you talk about the future, all you need to do is look at these the poster boards that we have here on the left, and you talk about a vision that President Sheinberg has brought to university, but he's made East Hartford a critical component of that vision for Goodwin University, and we're all seeing the benefits of what's happening right now, and Governor Lamont seeing the value in investing in the potential of Goodwin University and in the future of East Hartford by investing in this project. And while it's hard for most people to understand the benefits of what it will be, once it's built, once you're able to come down here and enjoy this beautiful space, I think people will really realize all the benefits that have come about between this public and private partnership that is Goodwin University, that is the community of East Hartford, and that is the state of Connecticut. So I want to thank Governor Lamont for his support, President Sheinberg for his vision, and for Mayor Mike and his team for making it all happen. And I really appreciate you all being here today.
Good morning, everyone. Jeff Curry, State Representative. Like Jason, I grew up one more neighborhood over, but this is where we spent a lot of our childhood. And yes, you think back to the times when those oil drums just kind of really made this not a great place to be in, drive through, see on the river. And, you know, anybody can have a vision, but it's a matter of putting the right people together to make that vision a reality. And you couldn't have asked for a better team between Governor Lamont, Mayor Mike, and President Sheinberg to see the project that you have before you today. As the co-chair of the Commerce Committee in the General Assembly, I'm working very closely with the Department of Economic and Community Development, seeing the additional push and focus that they have had in ensuring that many of our communities are becoming more livable and more walkable and more friendly and more inviting. It's what this is all about and what Connecticut continues to be about. And so, again, I thank the governor, the mayor, and the president for their efforts and for the success that we see here today and the vision for what we're going to see for the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rep. Rojas and Rep. Curry. And without further ado, we're going to turn it over to Governor Lamont, who has really prioritized this program, and like Rep. Curry said, just the livability of our cities in general through a lot of different initiatives, but this one in particular. So thank you so much, Governor Lamont.
Thanks, Alexandra. And Jason and Jeff, you don't seem that shy about speaking. But there's a lot to be said here. Look, I come out of the private sector. In the private sector, you make investments. Investments have a rate of return. The rate of return increases GDP and growth and opportunity, and we measure that rate of return, whether it's a good investment or not. And now that I've been doing this job for 3.5 years, you know, the private sector sometimes sneers and looks over at the public sector, and suggestions being that the public sector is not making investments, they're doing spending. And I think this is an investment that pays dividends for many years, just like a private sector investment does with different metrics. Look at the investment we made together when it came to Goodwin College. Look what it was in terms of these oil drums you've been telling me about. The investment we made in terms of the brownfields, getting that out of here right now, and what this opportunity means. These are why I loved it when Alexandra David came to me about these competitive grants, these community grants. These were investments. We were going to be the foundation investor in this, but then we leveraged the money. We have, you know, local money. We have Goodwin College money. Over here, when you're going to see a restaurant and other things in times to come, we get private sector money. And that's how you can turn a few $1 million into a really an investment that makes an enormous difference to a community. And, you know, Jason and Mike are absolutely right. I mean, one of the amazing advantages of East Hartford is you have better access to your water. And taking advantage of that, and being able to take a boat here, go to the marina, walk over, have a meal at the restaurant overlooking is an enormous benefit. And finally, I just want to say in terms of investments, I love Goodwin College and what Mark Scharnberg's doing in terms of investments in these young people. I think Goodwin is, for us, set a model in terms of how you're able to make investments in these young people, make sure they have the job skills they need. You know, right down the street, Pratt & Whitney will forgive a student loan. They get the skills they need going forward. He accelerates the program. You can do the more, general education as time goes on, but get the skills you need so you can have the job you need, so you can earn while you learn. That's what they do at Goodwin, and that's what we're trying to do across our community college system. If you want a 2-year degree, that's great. If you want a 24-week certificate program that guarantees you a job on the backside, go for it. So these are the type of public sector investments that I think make an enormous difference for our state, make an enormous difference for East Hartford. And I can't wait to come here, buy a boat, and grab a drink right down this way in a couple of years. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks very much. I think we'll take some on-topic questions now.
Can you give me a breakdown of the cost of the $2 million? Can you give me kind of a breakdown of the total cost and where the money is from?
So it's about $4.5 million. I might have to take my notes out. But 2 from the state, 1.6 from Goodwin, 250 from ARPA, and the balance is coming from in-kind Goodwin projects that are already underway with lighting, correct? Yep. 1.6 in cash for the marina development from Goodwin, 250 in ARPA from the city, $2 million from the state, and the balance is the lighting project, infrastructure project that's already underway from Goodwin.
As far as ownership of this property, you go into the details of that as well.
Ownership, do you want to take?
Sure.
So Goodwin University as a nonprofit will be owning this project. However, there are certain strings attached to it. Some of these docks will be used for emergency services vehicles, boats from both, not just for East Hartford, but also for Hartford, Wethersfield, others of the local municipalities who need to be able to get onto the water quickly for emergency uses. They haven't had that ability, and so this is a huge need for them that we're going to be able to support. Secondly, if you spend any time on the campus, this is a walkable campus, so even though it is private, the public is on this campus at all times. It's a great place to watch the fireworks from. It's a great place to come and connect with not just the walking on campus, but we also are connected to the pass into Hartford, the pass going south to the Route 3 bridge. And so we have dozens, if not hundreds of people here every day that are here with their dogs or their kids or enjoying all the amenities on the campus. So although it's a privately owned campus, it's very much open to the public. We are a community-based organization, and so we're part of the community.
And final question on that point. As far as the rent for the clips and for the eventual economic, the bars, restaurants, whatever, will Goodwin become a landlord essentially? Is that how that works?
Right. Goodwin, I do not believe, will be running either a marina or itself running a hotel. So what you do is that it gives us enough of a leverage point to have a developer come in and then put up their own money to make this thing work. Typically, there are supports for developers that you have to put in place in almost any of the projects that we're looking at that we're doing up and down the block. This gives us just a little bit of a leverage point so we can get developers to come on in.
Money that Alexandra described, that is, will handle the construction and development of the marina. That's not just planning and
Right. Right. Yes.
Correct. The vast majority of that is hard costs, which was the design of the Communities Challenge program. We prioritized applications that had as much of the highest percentage possible of their budget in hard costs. So yes, that 4.6 is going to be for the construction here with minimal design and minimal professional service fees.
more on-topic questions.
Great. Thank you, everyone.